Hello everyone. I hope you're having a wonderful day. Today, we're going to explore the day everything nearly falls apart. Humid weather threatens Alex's biggest delivery. Tuna fights through her health, struggles to step into the business, and when she walks through the half-finished house, she realizes their future is being built not just with wood, but with partnership. If you enjoy this story, don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss the next videos. Warm morning light filtered through the garden leaves and landed on rows of carrot tops, bright green against dark soil. Tuna stood between the beds with a basket on her arm, facing her phone as if it were an old friend. "Hello everyone," she said, voice gentle but tired. "I know I haven't posted as often lately. I've had some health problems, and some days I could barely get out of bed." She tried to smile. "But I've been reading your messages. Your support kept me going. Thank you for staying with me." Gratitude warmed her chest, followed by the familiar guilt of not giving back consistently. She lowered the phone, crouched, and brushed soil aside around a few tiny carrots. They were undersized, not worth selling yet, but she slipped a couple into her basket anyway. "These are too small," she murmured. "We'll eat them at home." For a moment, the calm held birds calling, damp earth, sunlight warming her shoulders. Then her phone rang, sharp and urgent. "Ko Trung." Tuna straightened and answered. "Da, Ko Trung." The voice came fast, tight with worry. "Tuna, we have a problem. The peeled veneer wood isn't enough. Only one truck went out, but the client wants 2 or 3 more today. This humid weather is ruining the drying schedule. The stock is still wet." Tuna's stomach tightened. "Still wet?" "Yes. Alex is on his way to the workshop. Can you come in later? We'll need help checking numbers and making calls." "I'll come," Tuna said, forcing steadiness. "I'll finish here and go." She ended the call and stared across the field toward the far-off farmstead, the half-built house, scattered materials, the dream Alex had been building in silence. Worry rose in layers. The company, the new house, Henry, their future. "One thing at a time," she whispered. She picked what she could, washed her hands at the outdoor tap, and headed out. Somewhere in all of this, Alex was fighting a storm she couldn't fully see, and she hated feeling useless. At the workshop, the air felt thick the moment Alex stepped inside. Damp wood and humidity clung to the space. Stacks of sodden veneer sheets leaned in heavy piles. Workers waited, quiet and tense. Ko Trung hurried over. "Alex, we only dispatched 1 truck. The client is asking for 2 or 3 more today." Alex scanned the wet stacks. "How much is still wet?" "Most of it," she admitted. "We can't dry fast enough." Alex exhaled slowly. Contracts, penalties, reputation, cash flow numbers flashed in his mind. He looked at the piles again. "Options," he said. "What can we do?" Ko Trung hesitated. "We can ask for a delay or rush into emergency drying kilns, but the kilns we have can't handle this volume." Alex's eyes narrowed. "Installing more kilns?" "It would help long term," she said, cautious, "but it's expensive. We'd need 10 to 15 extra workers, new machinery. Capital is already tight, raw materials, overdue payments." Alex rubbed his thumb over his phone screen. He pictured Tuna walking through the unfinished kitchen. He pictured Henry's sleeping smile. Every decision here touched their dream, whether anyone said it out loud or not. He forced his voice calm. "Installing kilns is a big move." "Not today," Ko Trung nodded. "Then we ask for a delay." Alex hated it, but pride wouldn't dry veneer sheets. "I'll call Ko Dung," he said. "I'll ask for a postponement." He stepped into the office corner and dialed, staring out the window at a bright sky that still felt damp. The ring sounded too long. Finally, Ko Dung answered. "Alex?" Alex swallowed. "Ko Dung, I'm calling about today's delivery. We've run into a problem." "What problem?" "The humid weather," Alex said carefully. "The peeled veneer wood is still wet. We can't deliver the volume you need today without risking quality." A pause. Alex tightened his grip. I'm asking for a 2-day extension. Just 2 days. We'll work day and night and deliver in good condition. Silence stretched. Then Kodung sighed. All right, 2 days, but don't make this a habit. Relief hit Alex so fast he had to breathe out hard. Thank you, he said. I won't waste it. He ended the call and turned back, voice steadier. Ko-trung, we have 2 days. Push the drying schedule. Rent extra drying space if we can. Track every step. Ko-trung nodded quickly. Yes, Alex. Late afternoon sun slanted through the dusty window and painted the office in warm gold. Alex allowed himself a small smile the first of the day. It wasn't solved, but it was salvageable. Later, in softer office light, Tuna sat opposite Ko-trung with a notebook open. Her eyes moved over pages of figures that used to scare her. Ko-trung explained input-output data and report consolidation slowly, patiently. Tuna leaned in. If we rent extra drying space, she asked, do we record it as operational cost? And the kiln installation, does that go under equipment investment? Ko-trung's eyebrows lifted, impressed. Yes, exactly. And we need price quotes. Can you gather them? Call around, compare rates, write them clearly. Tuna nodded, determination settling in her chest. Being relied on felt new and powerful. She wasn't watching Alex struggle from the side anymore. As dusk thickened outside, Ko-trung glanced at the time. Go home. The little one is waiting. Tuna hesitated, then pointed at a book on the desk. Can I borrow this? Just for tonight. Take it, Ko-trung said, sliding it over. Bring it back tomorrow. Tuna hugged the book to her chest as she stepped outside. The evening air was cooler, and for the first time all day, she felt lighter. The company was still in a storm. The house was still half-built. But she wasn't a bystander anymore. She walked toward home with firmer steps, feeling that every piece of knowledge she gained was another brick in their shared future. By the time Tuna reached the farmstead, late afternoon light was spilling over the iron gate and the half-finished yard. She went straight to the kitchen area and stopped. A brand new stove sat in place. A wide sink gleamed. Alex had preserved the old frame like he promised, salvaging what could be reused, but everything looked brighter and sturdier. Tuna ran her fingers over the countertop and pictured simple mornings here, warm meals, Henry's laughter, Alex finally able to rest. She set her bag down, rolled up her sleeves, and started cleaning. Dust, loose boards, scattered scraps, she moved them carefully, opening the windows to let a cool breeze carry the scent of new wood and damp earth after rain. Tuna, Alex called from outside. He walked in, eyes lighting up when he saw her, then glanced around with quiet pride. How is it? The stove is convenient, right? And the space is wider, exactly like I told the workers. Tuna smiled shyly. I love it, she admitted, then lowered her voice. But did it cost too much? Alex shook his head. Not too much. I reused as much as possible from the old house. I just want it safe and comfortable for you and Henry. He pointed to corners like he was mapping out their future. Bed here, wardrobe there. I'm widening the concrete path, and I want flowers along the gate. Tuna's eyes brightened. Flowers would be beautiful. Henry will love them. Tomorrow, Alex said, we'll go shopping for plants. And soon my mother will visit. She already approves of you and Henry. Tuna held the book tighter against her side, feeling the day's pressure ease into a quieter hope. She wasn't just watching this life happen anymore. She was building it with him. They kept walking through the half-finished rooms, stepping carefully around stacks of tiles and scattered boards. The house still looked rough in places, unfinished corners, dusty floors, tools left behind by workers, but Tuna could already see how it would feel when it was done. Alex pointed toward the back. The kitchen will be here, and I kept the old frame like you wanted. You said it held memories, remember? Tuna nodded, her throat tightening. I remember, she said softly. I didn't think you would actually keep it. Alex looked at her. You told me it mattered, so it matters. That simple line landed heavier than any promise. Tuna glanced down at her hands, still dusty from cleaning, and felt something shift inside, less fear, more trust. They moved back to the front, where sunlight spilled across the new concrete path. Alex crouched to brush away dust with his palm. Once the path is finished, it'll be easier when it rains, he said. No more slipping in the mud with Henry. Tuna smiled faintly. That happened too many times. Alex stood and looked around the yard, then at her. How are you feeling today? Your health? Are you okay? Tuna hesitated. She didn't want to worry him, not when his shoulders already carried so much. But she also knew hiding things was the old version of her, the version that survived alone. I'm better, she admitted. Some days I still feel weak. But I'm trying. I don't want to be useless. Alex's expression softened immediately. He stepped closer and took her hands, warming her cold fingers between his palms. Don't say that, he said quietly. You're not useless. You're learning, you're helping, and even if you weren't, you're still you. That's enough. Tuna's eyes stung, and she looked away quickly, pretending to check the countertop again. Alex didn't push. He simply started helping her clean, grabbing a broom and sweeping dust into neat piles. The two of them moved around each other naturally, handing tools back and forth, shifting boards together, carrying trash outside. It felt ordinary, but it also felt like something bigger, like practice for the rest of their lives. When Tuna paused to feed the chickens and pigs, Alex followed without complaint. He held the bucket while she scattered grain, and the chickens rushed in, clucking loudly. The pigs grunted from the pen, pressing their snouts close. Tuna laughed when a chicken hopped too near her foot. Greedy, she muttered. Alex smirked. They learned from you. Tuna shot him a look, and Alex laughed softly, ducking away before she could flick feed at him. As evening deepened, the sky warmed into a red-orange sunset. The unfinished house glowed faintly in that light, and for the first time all day, Tuna felt something like calm settle into her bones. Business pressure still existed, the humidity still threatened the workshop, her body still wasn't fully strong, but the house was real, and so was Alex's steady presence. Inside, they continued moving things into place. Light furniture, boxes, supplies. Alex carried heavier items without letting her touch them. I can help, Tuna insisted. You can help by sitting, Alex replied, half serious. Tuna rolled her eyes but obeyed for a moment, perching on a low stool while clutching the book she'd borrowed. Her fingers traced the cover like it was something precious. Alex noticed. Ko-Trung gave you that? Tuna nodded. She's teaching me. Numbers, reports, costs. She asked me to gather price quotes for renting extra drying space and for kiln installation. Alex paused mid-sweep. Kiln installation? His brows lifted. Tuna watched him carefully. I heard the workshop is struggling because of humidity. If you install more kilns, it helps long-term, right? But it's expensive. Alex exhaled, then nodded slowly. Yeah, it would help, but it's risky right now. Tuna lowered her eyes. I'm going to gather quotes anyway, she said. Even if we don't do it now, we should know the numbers. I don't want you carrying everything alone. That made Alex go quiet. He walked over, crouched beside her, and looked into her face with a seriousness that made her heart thump. You're not a bystander anymore, he said. I see that. Tuna swallowed. I'm trying. Alex reached up and brushed her hair back gently. And I'm proud of you. The sunset burned deeper red outside, as if the sky was listening. For a second, the whole day's weight deadlines, wet veneer, unfinished house, fell away, leaving only the quiet truth between them. They were building something together. Night arrived slowly. Warm, golden light spilled from the new house into the unfinished yard, glowing over piles of materials and swept dust. Tuna and Alex cleaned side by side until the floor looked clear enough to breathe. When they finally sat down, Alex's phone buzzed with messages. He glanced once, then locked the screen without answering. "Work?" Tuna asked. Alex nodded. "Always," he said, but his tone wasn't bitter. "2-day extension. We'll push hard tomorrow." Tuna's chest tightened. "You're so tired." Alex looked at her and smiled faintly. "I'm tired, but I'm okay." He leaned back, and his voice softened. "My mother keeps asking about you, about Henry. She really likes you." Tuna blinked. "She hasn't even met me properly." Alex's smile widened. "That's why she wants to. She said when things calm down she'll visit. She's already talking about Tet, decorations, food, like you're already family." Tuna's face warmed, and she tried to hide it by looking down. "That's nice." Alex watched her quietly. "It matters to me," he said. "I want you to feel accepted." Tuna nodded slowly. "I do," she whispered. "More than you know." They talked about small plans, buying flowers, finishing the concrete path, maybe shopping for Tet decorations early. For once, those plans didn't feel like unrealistic dreams. They felt like normal steps. Finally, Alex checked the time. "It's getting late," he said. "I should drive you to Bartung's to pick up Henry before it's too dark." Tuna stood, hugging the book against her chest. "Okay," she said softly. On the drive, the road was quiet. The house behind them faded into darkness. But Tuna carried its image in her mind. The kitchen, the stove, the sink, the feeling of a real home waiting to be finished. She looked down at the book, then out the window. She thought of the workshop's struggle, of Alex forcing calm while pressure churned inside him. And she thought of herself once, a woman who survived by endurance alone, now slowly learning a new skill: partnership. When they arrived at Bartung's, Tuna stepped out and inhaled the night air. Crickets sang, and the sky felt wide and calm. She held the book tighter, as if it were proof she was changing. Before heading inside, she opened her phone again, facing the camera the way she always did when she spoke to her audience. Her smile was tired but real. "Everyone," she said softly. "Thank you for staying with me. Thank you for your patience. I'm still recovering, and life is still hard sometimes. But we're trying. Please take care of yourselves too. I wish you peace." She paused, eyes shining with quiet certainty. "I'll post more meaningful videos soon. Thank you for walking with me." She ended the recording, and the night swallowed the last words like a promise kept safe until morning. Tuna returns to her garden after health struggles, thanking her viewers while quietly feeling guilty for posting less. A sudden call from Ko Trung warns that humid weather has left veneer wood too wet, risking missed deliveries and major losses. At the workshop, Alex faces crushing pressure. Clients demand more trucks, drying schedules fail, and installing new kilns is too costly. Swallowing his pride, Alex calls Ko Dung to request a delay and earns a 2-day extension, buying precious time. Meanwhile, Tuna studies reports with Ko Trung, eager to learn the business and gather price quotes so she can support Alex instead of standing aside. At the farmstead, she is moved by the new kitchen built from salvaged materials, then cleans and plans with Alex as they discuss Tet, family, and the future. Though the house is unfinished and the company is struggling, they feel steadier because they're building everything together.